These medical illustrations are from the Civil War, and this doctor went through with the regiments and drew all the injuries he saw, and they were really gruesome and fun and really interesting stuff. So we just wanted to digitize this collection and get it out there so people can see it.
Dr. Young donated the medical illustrations to the University of Cincinnati College of Medicine Library, which is now the Henry R. Winkler Center for the History of the Health Professions. He worked here at the College of Medicine, and that's how they came to the Winkler Center. I wish we knew more about how he became such a great artist, but we do know about his medical education. He was born in New York in 1827, and he graduated from the Albany Medical College in New York in 1855, and then he settled in Cincinnati. During the American Civil War, he was a surgeon for the 21st Regiment, Ohio Volunteer Infantry, and following the war, Dr. Young lectured on surgery at the Cincinnati College of Medicine and Surgery. He contributed several works on military surgery to the Cincinnati Journal of Medicine, accompanying them with his medical illustrations. He was an expert draftsman, a painter, an engraver, a lithographer, and a block cutter. He died here in Cincinnati in 1902. He had a very long life, being born in 1827, surviving the Civil War, and then living in Cincinnati and having a career after the war.
The details that Dr. Young drew are exceptionally good. I don't know where he learned to do the medical illustration, but by any standard, even today, this would be greatly appreciated, because I had to go through anatomy books, and I'm astounded by the precision with which he had drawn these pictures. You can take, sometimes he drew only parts of a skull that was injured, and we had to go through to find out where the joints were, and the joints in the front of the skull is different than in the back, and he drew with great precision. So you must have known anatomically exactly what he was describing, and to put it to picture like that is just amazing. The injuries that they had, they continue with bullets entry and coming out. These are still state of the art. I see the texts that are written today, from rubber bullets to description of gunshot wounds. They're not too different than what he had described.
I love digitizing collections, and this was a really unique one because all the pages that were drawn on for this collection were really brittle and fragile. So they were a little bit difficult to handle. So what they had to do was they took the collection to the preservation lab, and they did a wonderful job enclosing each piece in Mylar. But that caused a really big challenge for us because Mylar is reflective. So we put it under the camera, and we just had to make sure there were no reflections coming off in any of the images. So that was one of our big challenges when shooting this collection. Other than that, it went really smooth. I just went one by one and took the pictures, and some of them had really cool like annotations or other drawings on the back side. So some of the collection has, you know, a two-parter, the front and the back, and it's really interesting. So my job was easy in this project. We have wonderful partners that do a lot of description of these images. So the images were scanned by one of my colleagues, and then we worked with partners over at the medical campus to provide good technical medical descriptions of the images, and those were all put together as a set of metadata that was handed over to me. So this means spreadsheets for me. Lots of metadata corresponding to each image. I was charged with organizing this information,
reviewing it for any kind of errors, any kind of editing that may need to happen, and then I uploaded it to our digital exhibit on JSTOR so that we can share those with the community and with the world.
Technical aspects wise, I'm really excited because we've got a new camera system and we shot these at a super high quality. I'm really excited to get them on the computer, and then you can zoom in super far and see all the details. And I think that's one of my favorite things about digitizing, is seeing all the little things that show up when you can zoom in really far on an image. It's all the way to the point where you can see the texture of the paper, and that's something that's really cool. So I really love that.
I think it's a tremendous interest in many fields. One is to document what really happened in war and what injuries happened and how they were handled. The second thing is to appreciate the valor of the soldiers and what happened to them. So it starts having us question what happened next to these people, how did they handle them, what was the state of art of treatment. And the third thing we learned is innovation. These people were not just left to their own results. They actively treated them. Anesthesia was available. Not everybody was amputated. They collected data on what happens if you operate, don't operate, and all these kind of stuff. And Dr. Young documented the pathology specimens so good that it's almost like a photograph. And his anatomical precision and the injury description is something that everybody would appreciate. So there are things to learn from this. And the innovations they had in plastic surgery and other fields still continues to be appreciated.
It's very special. We expect significant interest in this collection from historians and students, researchers, and of course physicians, and those that are just interested in the American Civil War. The Winkler Center and the University of Cincinnati Library's digitization initiatives teams, we plan to build on the interest in the Daniel Young Civil War medical illustrations with the digitization of the American Civil War letters written by homeopathic physician Dr. Benjamin Askew. He wrote to his wife Flavia. There's over 170 different letters, and he was from Ashtabula, Ohio. He served with the 23rd Ohio Volunteer Regiment, and we expect this collection to be available online in 2025 and early 26. All of these collections are so significant for the Winkler Center, and we are honored to have volunteers like Dr. Ramprasad help us with the medical descriptions.
We tell a lot of stories about the Civil War, but I think this is a unique viewpoint into it, and something that I don't think has been widely seen before. So again, I think this is just a really interesting collection, a tough collection. You know, it's very graphic and detailed, but that's a tough reality of war and of conflict like this. So again, really proud and happy to be a part of putting this out there.